ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं स्वेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Hare Krishna. So welcome everybody to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss from Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter and the text is 14. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudha brataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityukta upasate. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudha brataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityukta upasate. So the synonyms and the translation purport is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So let's start it. Satatam means always. Kirtayantaha, chanting. Mam, about me. Yatantaha, fully endeavoring. Cha, also. Dridhabrataha, with determination. Namasyantaha, offering obeisances. Cha, and mam, me. Bhaktya, in devotion. Nitya yuktaha, perpetually engaged. Upasate, worship. Translation. Always chanting my glories, endeavoring with great determination, bowing down before me, these great souls perpetually worship me with devotion. Purport: the Mahatma cannot be manufactured by rubber stamping an ordinary man. His symptoms are described here. The Mahatma is always engaged in chanting the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. He has no other business. He is always engaged in the glorification of the Lord. In other words, he is not an impersonalist. When the question of glorification is there, one has to glorify the Supreme Lord, passing his holy name, phrasing his holy name, his eternal form, his transcendental qualities, his uncommon pastimes. One has to glorify all these things. Therefore, a Mahatma is attached to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One who is attached to the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, the Brahma Jyoti, is not described as Mahatma in the Bhagavad Gita. He is described in a different way in the next verse. The Mahatma is always engaged in different activities of devotional service. As described in the Srimad Bhagavatam, hearing and chanting about Vishnu, not a demigod or human being. That is devotion. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, remembering him. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve at the ultimate end the association of the Supreme Lord in any one of the 5 transcendental rasas. To achieve that success, he engages all activities, mental, bodily, vocal, everything in the service of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. That is called full Krishna consciousness. In devotional service, there are certain activities which are called determined, such as fasting on certain days, like the 11th day of the moon, the Ekadashi day, and on the appearance day of the Lord. All these rules and regulations are offered by the great acharyas for those who are actually interested in getting admission into the association of the Supreme Person of Godhead in the transcendental world. The Mahatma's great souls strictly observe all these rules and regulations, and therefore they are sure to achieve desired result. As described in the 2nd verse of the chapter, not only is this devotional service easy, but it can be performed in a happy mood. One does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerity. He can live this life in devotional service, guided by an expert spiritual master, And in any position, either as a householder or a sannyasi or brahmachari, in any position and anywhere in this world, he can perform this devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, thus become actually Mahatma, a great soul. Okay. So, mukam karoti bachalam, pangum langayate girim, yat kripa, tamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam, Paramananda Madhavam, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram. So after a long time, I again thought to give one class from Bhagavad Gita in my own channel. So this verse from the Bhagavad Gita 9th chapter, because this 9th chapter is the chapter is entitled as the most confidential knowledge. Yes. So here in this section, Lord Krishna is explaining who is a Mahatma. Satatam means constantly. Satatam kirthayanto mam. Always chanting. How is it possible? We all are busy. So busy in this material world. We even don't have time. If you will ask anybody that please come to the temple, spend time in the temple, people always says that no, we don't have time. है ना? काफी बार मना कर देते. Sometimes people says प्रभु का इच्छा होगी तब हम जाएंगे. प्रभु का इच्छा नहीं होगी तब हम नहीं जाएंगे. So once I asked one Muslim man, Mohammedan, that you Mohammedan peoples are doing namaz for 5 times. 5 times. Why don't you do it more than 5 times? Then that person said, in the preliminary days, when that cult was started by Muhammad, so he was actually said, do namaz for whole day. And some of his followers, those who were following him, they said, we can't do it. We can't do it. So somehow or other, he was preaching to the peoples, those who were living in desert. So he said, at least do 5 times. When Srila Prabhupada went to America in 1965, that time, when he gave initiation to the devotees, then he said, you devotees must chant 64 rounds every day. And American, all the disciples, their young people, they said, Swamiji, it is very difficult for all of us to chant 64 rounds every day. It means 1 lakh holy name. Then Srila Prabhupada said, oh, if it is a problem, then chant at least 32 rounds. And after some time, the devotees again come back, then said, Swamiji, it is also very difficult for all of us to chant 32 rounds. Then Srila Prabhupada said, at least do, you chant 16 rounds minimum, not less than that. So that's why in ISKCON, it is mandatory. It is compulsory for everybody to chant at least 16 rounds. One can chant more. You all can chant more rounds. So always chanting my glories. Sattam prasangat mama virya sambhida. The glories of the Lord are unlimited. Says Nag, Ananta says, he's chanting the glories of the Lord from time immemorial, from the beginning of the creation, before that also, no? From the beginning of the creation. He's constantly chanting, speaking. Still, there is no end. That is going on and on. So that's why Satatam Kirtayanto Mam. What does that mean? Kirtan. Kirtan means like we do Kirtan, Hare Krishna, Mahamantra Kirtan. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. When you chant the mantra, that is called Kirtan. But in extended form, the Kirtan means when you are speaking, when you are preaching, when you are distributing books, when you are going out for collection, when you are arranging for a program, when you are managing, whatever you are doing, if it is connected to Krishna, physically, mentally, that is all called Kirtan. So that's why here it is said, Yatantascha dridha brata. Dridha brata means firm determination, dharya ke saath. Yes. Determination के साथ दृढ़ व्रत. Rupa Goswami in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Parampara, one of the Acharya, he says, Ussah Nischaya Dharyat. In devotional service also, when you are pursuing for spiritual life, then what do you have to do? You have to Drudha Vrata. Drudha Vrata. Vrata. Ussah Nischaya Dharyat Tat Karma Pravartanat. Sanga Tyaga Satobruti. Then Sarvir Bhakti Prasiddhyati. Bhakti will be prasiddhi. It will grow. Grow karega, right? Dharya, determination. Dridha brataha. Sometimes the rules and regulations we follow strictly. Sometimes also we become very casual to not follow the rules and regulations. So with determinations, it is not that some difficulty comes to you, then you leave it. No. If the difficulty comes, that times also you have to be steady. Sthir hona hai. That determination comes when you chant the holy name more. When you are hearing from the scriptures, when you are associating with the devotees, when a regular basis you are doing it, then the determination comes. So Mahatma's duty is, his duty is always engaged in the chanting of the glories of the Supreme Lord Krishna. He has no other business like politics, doing business, no other business. So sometimes when you see a devotee, he is doing some activities which looks like he's doing business. It looks like he is going out for convincing people to give money, like an agent he is doing. But no, wherever he get the opportunity, in all those circumstances, all this time, he tried to give something, Krishna consciousness, the knowledge from Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, to the people. Whatever the platform it may be, it is not that people will follow me, people will give likes to me, yeah, people will give good comments to me. No, not like that. Always, wherever it may be. Wherever I get the opportunity in some universities, in school, colleges, wherever I go, whenever I get the opportunity, I try to speak from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. What I heard from the saintly persons, I just repeat all those messages. ये करना चाहिए, right? No other business. It means he is not an impersonalist. Who is an impersonalist? Impersonalist thinks God does not have a form. If God does not have a form, then how come it that God can come to this world and does some activities? Not possible. Whenever there is question of glorification comes, we have to glorify the Supreme Lord. His holy name, His eternal form. Barhapidam natavara karnayor karnikaram. Syamam trimanga laditam niyatam prakasam. Advaita achyutam anadi anantarupam. Adyam puranam purusam. Krishna is Adi Purush. He is the person who was in the beginning. When the annihilation will happen, that time also Krishna will be there. The beautiful form of the Lord. Bluish form. He has a peacock feather on his forehead. He's playing the flute. He's tending the cows. Krishna is Tribhuvan Sundar. Syama Sundar. His transcendental qualities, all the good qualities he has. Aisharyasya, Samagrasya, Viryasya, Yasasya, Sriya. Krishna is with full of opulence. Samagra Aishwarya. He is Samagra Aishwarya. He is full of strength. He never goes to any gym, but he's full of powerful. He's powerful. Yasasya, Srila Prabhupada writes, Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita that Bhagavad Gita is published in now more than 100 languages. And all over the world, people are studying this Bhagavad Gita. And everyone is recognized, yes, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. That is called the famous. Krishna is very famous. In this world, someone is recently in Israel, some people, many Israel citizens, they come out and they are doing protest that at least Trump and Putin must go to jail. Right? Now people think that world leaders must go to jail. Yes. That is transcendental qualities of the Lord. His uncommon pastimes. Krishna has many times exhibited these uncommon pastimes. If you will see some miracles, some uncommon things in this world, then we become astonished. We are attracted towards that. So the uncommon activities can be seen when you read the pastimes of the Lord from the scriptures. So recently the Ram Navami is, tomorrow is Ram Navami. We are glorifying Lord Rama's activities. All the activities of the Lord are uncommon, not common. Sometimes those who are attracted towards the impersonal picture of the Lord, like Brahma Jyoti, they are not described here Mahatma. No. Sadhu Sant Mahatma, maybe they are some saintly personality, but that cannot be called Mahatma. Mahatma is practically in Srimad Bhagavatam, in all the Puranas, it is described they are always engaged in the service. Samsiddhi Harito Sanam. In the service of the Lord. The service of the Lord starts from hearing. Hearing. Srila Prabhupada books, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, always, the first service is Sravanam. Tasmad ekena manasa. Ekena manasa. So, one has to hear about the glories of the Supreme Lord with concentration. Concentration. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is hearing and chanting about Vishnu. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Hearing about the Lord. So, nowadays this Bhagavad Katha is going on everywhere. Once the Bhagavad Katha was going on, so everyone was crying. Everyone was crying. And the speaker is not crying. Speaker was not crying. Then one person asked, Speaker Sahib, Kathakarji, everybody is crying. Why are you not crying? So he said, because all people are crying because they will give the payment to me. After this Bhagavad Katha, they have to pay. That's why they are crying. No. In Bhagavad Gita it is said that the devotee of the Lord always talks about the Lord. भगवान के बारे में बात करते हैं. Mat chitta. Their chitta is engaged. Mind. Chitta is engaged to think about the Lord. Mat chitta madgata prana. They live for Krishna. Their life is for Krishna. Bodhayanti parasparam. Whenever they meet someone, they start to discuss how to propagate this message of Krishna in all over the world. In different places. Yes. They always plan how to push this movement ahead. Bodhayanti paraspara. Encourage each other. Inspire others. Do it. Kathayanti chamam nitya. They discuss. When Uddhav meets the gopis, they were discussing. When Uddhav meets Nanda Baba Yashoda mothers, they were discussing. When Parikshit Maharaj met Sukdev Goswami, they start to discuss. In the Naimisharanya, all the Munirishis, when they met Sutta Goswami, they were discussing. In this way, we also discuss this. Always, constantly we discuss it. So, that is for Lord Vishnu, not for any demigods. No. Recently, I was discussing with one family member that how to worship the Lord at home. First should be the deities, photos. First should be the procedures, discussing. Then in India, at our home, generally 5 prominent gods are there, like Lord Vishnu, then Lord Shiva, then Parvati, Ganesh, Suryadev, Panchadevata, Upasana. So if we will preach them that worship the Supreme Lord, like Lord Vishnu's form, like Lord Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, Radha Krishna, Gaur Nitai, Jagannath, Subhadra, Maya, they don't understand this. They think that no. What to do, Prabhuji? We have all these deities from many years with us. We are worshipping them. How can we do Visarjan? It's very hard for all of us. And I said, if you want to join, progress in devotional service, you must accept spiritual master. Because due to this modern education, sometimes you will think, yes, what is the need of a teacher, a mediator? Jarut kya hai? There is no need. This is like that. No, there is a need. Recently, one boy, he came to me, had said that someone told him that with your own can't understand Bhagavad Gita by reading it only. If you'll hear it from the devotees, then it will be possible for you to understand it. So that is devotion. Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. Such a Mahatma has firm determination to achieve at the ultimate end the association of Supreme Lord in any one of the transcendental rasas. Such a devotee can also access, to associate with the Lord at the end of his life. Firm determinations. In Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a case where Bharat Maharaj was also determined. He left his family members. He went to jungle, forest. He was performing austerities, penances, doing yajna. He was doing meditation. He was doing all these activities, all these things. But somehow that he was attracted towards one deer. At the end of his life, he was thinking about that deer. Yes. And he left his body. Yamam Bapi Smaran Bhava. He was thinking about the deer. Next time he became deer. Deer. Yes. So determination, when we are in association with the devotees, then that will be easy. Because the devotees next to you always says, Prabhu, you are distracted. You are going away. Please stay with us. So to achieve those success, he engaged in all activities. Mentally, bodily, vocal. Nowadays, people don't have that also, patience. They don't have that knowledge also, how to serve mentally. Kya jata hai? You can think that, oh, I am going to construct a big temple. I have so many devotees. Here in my small center, I think that I must have some 10 to 15 boys. Those who could practice devotional service, read Bhagavad Gita, go out for preaching. I have that always desire. That is called mental. Bodily means you have to do all the menial services like cooking, cleaning, dressing, stitching, swinging, all these activities, bodily activities. What the body can do it. Sarva upadhi, binir mukta. Upadhi is there. You are thinking, oh, I have this background. I have such and such qualifications. I look very handsome. I am from the aristocratic family. My father is such a such person. No, sarva upadhi binir muktam. One has to be free from all these recognitions, all these post positions. Upadhi. Tat paritvena nirmalam. One has to become purified. Purification starts when you do some services. Otherwise, it is not possible to become pure. Hrishikena Hrishikesha, through the senses of this body, if you will serve the master of the senses, who is called Hrishikesh, that is called bhakti. Bhakti uchyate, that is called bhakti. So, in the Ekadashi day, like tomorrow also you will have fast. So, in these fasting dates, when we feel hungry, we think, let me eat. Kha leta hu. But if you think that, oh, no, today is Ekadashi, I have to fast. If you're determined, then you can have that fast. You can keep that fast. Yes. So all these rules and regulations has been given to us by the acharyas for our progress, for our advancement in devotional service. Because we all want to associate the Supreme Lord in the spiritual world. That's why. So the Mahatmas always strictly observe all these rules and regulations, and therefore they are sure to achieve the desired result. If you have desire, that desire can be true if you have a firm determination. We can see the big world leaders, big personalities, they are all determined. They are constantly doing, they are dying for that. Yes. Billamangal Thakur, he was attracted to one prostitute. That prostitute, one day she said, you are attracted towards my body. That same attraction, same thoughts, you are constantly thinking about me. If you are doing that towards the Supreme Lord, then your life will be successful. So Billamangal Thakur accepted that prostitute as his guru. And he left this, went to Vrindavan and become big saint. He wrote, Lord Krishna, Bala Gopal Krishna is always running after that great saint. Yes, that was the determination, level of determinations. The Lord also, Lord Ram, when he was exiled by Kaikeyi and his father, for 14 years he was determined. Although Bharat went to bring back him, but Lord Rama did not. He said, no, this is my father's words. Arya Batasa yad agada aranyam. No, he followed his father's instructions. Rules and regulations. That is called niyamagraha, niyama agraha. Sometimes we keep, हम लोग नियमों को पालन करते हैं. कभी कभी ज्यादा भी नियम कर लेते हैं. It is not too much. That's why when I preach, slow and steady wins the race. It is not that today somehow or other I flatter you. You also said, yes, yes, I will do it. But later you decline to do it. That's not good. Yes, but you still stay with us. Don't leave us. You chant the holy name of Krishna and stay with us. That is the prescription. So, as described in the second verse of this chapter, not only devotional service is easy, but it can be performed in a happy mood. Happy mood. I see many devotees, they leave us, left the mission. How? Why they left? Because some devotees thought that every day early morning I am waking up 4:30, 4 o'clock and attend Mangalarti, same Samsara Daba Nala, then Narsinga Ariti, then then the Tulsi Puja like that. Same thing is going on. Every day, same thing, same thing. No. I have no time to record my video. I have no time to write some books. I have no time to do my own things. Always I am doing service. Although I have some inclination to do some service, but the senior devotees has given me on other services. So when the mind classes, inside the mind, the classes is going on. Then one point that person leave. Happy mood means whatever you are doing, enjoy it. Book distributions, do it. All the hard services, physical services, do it. Every time, wherever you are disease condition, If you are fit, yeah, unfit, whatever condition it may be, if you think that let me do some services, let me do some services. Once I was giving a class from the hospital, because the hospital people, they gave me one dress, like hospital dress suit. So that was a white dress. So many of my viewers, they start to ask me question. Prabhuji, what happened? Why you changed this red cloth? Why are you going to marry? What happened to you? And so many devotees, they were asking me. Yes, happy mood, happy mood. Yam labdhva chaparam labha na manyati adhikam tatah. By obtaining that, there is no more thing to achieve, obtain in this material world. Yes, if you have Krishna with you, and what you need more? You have everything in your life. When Arjuna was asked, what do you want to choose? Arjuna chose Krishna. In spite of choosing Narayana Sena, he chose Krishna. So one does not need to undergo any severe penance and austerities. Not necessary, not severe penance. Happy mood, slowly, gradually. When I am preaching, I give the process to follow. I said, past of chant, read Bhagavad Gita. When the devotees are advanced in, otherwise I have a category of devotees. Some devotees are well-wishers. They come to us, sometimes they donate, sometimes they appreciate our work, sometimes they help us, right? But they don't chant. Sometimes the devotees, they chant Hare Krishna mantra, they are not fond of to read the books. They don't know. Sometimes they are reading also, but they don't know to do some services. So different categories of devotees are there. Severe finance and non-austere like Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaka, no, not necessary. Very simple. In some days you have to fast. If your disease continues still, you have some Ekadashi pizza, Ekadashi, Now we have all these preparations. Right? You can eat. Then early morning you have to wake up. If your disease, we say that okay, sleep. But you have to serious also. It is not that the excuses are there. It means you have to excuse always. No. One, he can live this life in devotional service, guided by expert spiritual master. Like Srila Prabhupada engaged all these hippies, and they become all happy. How he did? I read so many books, like I Will Build You a Temple by Giriraj Swami, like Srila Prabhupada, Lilamurti, all these books, how Srila Prabhupada has a time schedule, how he was preaching, how he was trying to convince all the boys, girls, new devotees, new fights. But because now our temples, big temples, we have so many rules and regulations. Some things are compulsory to be followed for the resident devotees. The way to talk, way to behave, these are all screened. But sometimes I see the college students. One student was very crazy. किसी के बात नहीं सुनता था. That boy was sent in my boss party because he was not hearing any senior devotees. Later he left. For some time he went to his village, he stayed there. After so many years he come back again. Now he's doing good service. Now he's good. He collected so much money. Not only collecting, he's now practically maintaining one temple center. That was the transformation. We have to wait. Nitai kripa kobe hobe. Bhagwan Nitai mo kab hoga. That is very, So expert spiritual master is who is expert. What is the meaning of expert? Expert means whenever there is a need, if you do that job, then that is called expert. Suppose you are not very expert in cooking, but there is a need, some guests come to your home and you go for that cooking. Yes. Second, sometimes, see, some things is very difficult for you to do. But for out of love, out of thinking that you have this responsibility, you do that. That is expert. Srila Prabhupada said that is the meaning of, in the real sense, that is the meaning of expert. It is not that he is expert in singing, but he does not know how to cook. The simple things he don't know in his life, day-to-day life, because many things we do every day, we need that, all these things. So all these things, day-to-day activities we do, we must learn it. That's why I emphasize always that you teach your children how to cook, how to, uh, do his own, like personal things. Not that some servants are there, they are doing. No. If you are a householder, sannyasi, or a brahmachari, in any position, anywhere in this world, you can perform this devotional service to the Lord, thus become actually a Mahatma. So I hope, if you want to become Mahatma, not a Mahatma, but if you want to be a devotee, then Satatam Kirtan, try to do it. Acharya Srila Prabhupada and all the Vaishnava Acharyas, they are so expert. They engage like us fallen conditioned souls in the service of Lord Krishna by giving us mantra, by giving us holy name, by engaging all of us in the services of the Lord. Yes, that we could do some services and make our life sublime, and at the end of our life we can go to the spiritual planet where we can associate with the Supreme Lord. Thank you very much for watching and hearing. If you have any questions or comments, so you can put it in the comment section. If you're regularly watching, please give your suggestions. And if you're reading and studying the Bhagavad Gita, if you want to learn it, so please connect with us and ask your questions. And I hope you will take up this Krishna consciousness very seriously. Thank you very much. The Srila Prabhupada ki jai.